The 900 series turbine meter from Titan Enterprises is based on the design of the 800 series, but has a stainless steel or polypropylene casing and different connections. So you've got more industrial connections. The 900 series is a 1/4 inch BSP or MPT connection, and then we also have a 1000 series, which is a 1/2 inch, so larger again. To wire one of these in for your display unit, it runs the same as the 800 series, though a pull-up resistor is required. So I will take you through that. When you receive your 900 series flow meter, it will come with a plug connector as standard, or if you also purchase one, you can get a pre-wired cable as our instrument cable, and so you don't have to worry about wiring in the plug connector itself. It's a robust unit with all the performance advantages of the 800 series and reliability, and a nice clear arrow to tell you which direction to install it. Today we will connect it to the Pulsite Solo, our low-cost display unit, which can take coil, NPN, pulse or read inputs. To make life easier today, I will use a pre-wired cable, so I don't have to worry about that, and the Pulsite Solo, as I said. If you open up the Pulsite Solo by removing off the back cover, that gets you to the terminals where you can see the inputs: 0 volt read, plus volt, pulse or coil. Instructions on how to wire both the flow meter and the Pulsite will come with the devices. Typically an NPN, but you can have a PNP output from the unit itself, and on the back of the instructions you'll find the wiring accordingly to whichever pulse output you're planning to use. We're using the M12 connector in this case, and we're going to use the NPN, so we need to connect the plus volts, the 0 volts and the NPN output with a pull-up resistor across the plus volts and the NPN output. In the instructions on the Pulsite, we have the same instructions there, showing the wiring between the plus volts, 0 volts and pulse, and also showing the pull-up resistor. Now, as you look at this unit, you'll see the terminals are quite small in there, so what I've done is already pre-wire up a little terminal block that's quite much easier to use, and there's plenty of space in the back of the device to fit such a connection in. So I've also pre-wired this so that the power supply is easy to connect in. So I'm first going to connect these in here in the 0 volt, plus volt and pulse. 0 volt being the blue, terminal 1, plus volt being the brown in terminal 3, and the pulse being the black of terminal 4. To connect the flow meter, as I say, I'm going to use the pre-wired connector, so that will be connected in accordingly. And then I need to take the wires from here. We only require 3 wires. The white wire is not required in this case. And we follow the same scenario. So we have the 0 volts, blue to blue, we also do plus volts, and the black being the pulse output from the flow meter. Now we do require the pull-up resistor at this stage. You will be delivered your flow meter with a little bag with a 10k pull-up resistor, and I have one here which I will now place in. So with the wires in the correct position, we do need to place the pull-up resistor between the pulse and the positive volts. can be fiddly, but there you go. Okay, so now the unit is ready to be installed and switched on. We have our cables to the power supply, which powers both the display and the flow meter, and then we have our sensor cable coming from the flow meter with the power supply plus and minus, and the pulse linked to the plus with its pull-up resistor. So all we have to do now is install it with the arrow in the correct flow direction. Here's the unit installed with the flow direction in the vertical. Make sure there's no gas poles that ever get blocked in there. Cable coming back to our display unit, and then we turn the power supply on to the device and to the flow meter, and there you go. We've got about 0.7 litres a minute of flow going through this turbine meter. If you look on the device, it does have indicator lights showing you the power is correct and there is flow going through it.